Go ahead and speak.
Pip, pip.
Hey.
Thank you.
Hey.
I do actually have a question for her at the top of the morning here.
What's that?
I was driving, and
It's Christopher driving.
right, exact. I was going past the undisclosed.
More gag.
I was driving past the undisclosed sandwich shop, which has abnormally swift sandwich deliveries.
I think I've heard of that before.
Some might say it's freaky of how swift it is. And
Julia Dreyfus.
thank you. And there was a neon sign on the window that said "Free Smells."
Yeah.
And Herc, since you may or may not be employed at one of those, what does that mean? Free smells. Is that a new deal? What do I get to smell the sandwiches?
Yeah, you can just come in and actually pretty much every time we bake the bread, when we take it out of the oven, the manager yells, "Free smells, hot bread." So it's good.
So I just go in and say, "Hey, can I have a sniff?"
Yeah. Like, hey, it's free.
See, that is a brilliant.
Good deal.
That's a brilliant business strategy because it costs the company nothing because the bread just smells like bread to begin with, and it's got a lot of smells. So you just put up a sign that says "Free Smells," and everyone thinks, "Oh, what a good deal." Well, the smells are going to be there either way.
We're just handing them out.
Handing out the smells, hand over fist, because there's
Sadly,
so many of
I
them.
can't deliver smells.
Ah, shucks.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, they should do that. Yeah, hey, I'd like to order 4 smells. And
Which
you go over there and you just give them a nice whiff, just 4 times.
Say, hey, that was free.
let's just
And then
simulate the whole thing
anything
here.
else? Nah, that'll be free.
Let's just simulate the whole scenario. Hayden, you'll be the caller who's calling for a smell,
Okay.
and I'll play the employee. And Herc, you can be a guy that's sitting in the corner of the restaurant or something. Hayden, go ahead.
Okay.
Hi, actually, usually
good
you
morning.
respond first because I'm calling.
Oh, right, sorry. Hello, welcome to Abnormally Swift Sandwiches. Would you give your spiel?
Here's my spiel. I just
Thank you.
need the smells.
Okay.
I'm living in just a shithole, and I need good smells.
That's a shucks situation. Which kind of smells would you like to enjoy today?
I mean, what are the prices?
Hey, they're all free.
Hey, send them all over.
I'll get my delivery man on it right now. Hey, delivery man,
Oh, hey, what's up?
go deliver some smells.
I
How
thought he
many?
was just the guy sitting in the store.
Yeah.
He also just hired me.
Right.
okay.
Real swift hiring. Real good turnaround. Sir, how many smells would you like?
You know, three's a charm.
Three's the charm. And which kind of smells? You want some meatball sandwich smells? You want some? We got first walk down the street. We can get some Chinese dumpster smells if you
Is
want.
that right?
That's free too. That's a special for today since it's Sunday.
Oh, okay. How do you contain that though?
That's a company secret. We can't let that get out to the competitors.
Well, that's just neat. Well, I think I'll take a General Tso smell.
Okay.
And,
That's a spicy smell.
yeah. And can I get a
Two left?
just a baguette of sourdough?
Yeah.
Just the smell, not the bread.
Right.
Just the smell.
A baguette of so we got a General Tso's smell. We got a baguette of sour dough smells. What's number 3?
Can I have an unwashed wildebeest anus smell?
Usually we don't hand that out, but it is free smells and it's the special Sunday, so I'll throw that in for number 3.
So you want to smell any drinks?
Yeah, we gotta. You get one free drink with every 3 smells. Well, one free smell of drink for every 3
Smell
food
of-
smells. So which drink smell would you like, sir?
Can I just get a whiff of fruit punch?
Ooh, how about mellow yellow? Will that do it?
Yeah, who gives a shit? Yeah, let's do it.
Really, when you get down to it, that's about the gist of it. Is that
I think
all?
we have a viable business strategy here.
Is-
We should start a place.
Well, hey, what should we name the place?
Whew.
We'll call it free pizza, but when they go in,
Ooh.
it just smells.
Right, it smells like pizza.
Yeah.
Well, we should name it Free Pizza Smells,
Oh, okay.
and the whole ambiance is just pizza smell.
Okay.
Perfect.
But we gotta it's free pizza smells, but then in parentheses we have other smells too, because if it's just pizza, we might not get a very diverse market.
But yeah,
That's true.
and we'll try out new smells every week.
Yeah. Perfect. We got a whole deal here.
Great.
Hey, let's go. We're getting.
What else do we got?
Uh,
I got another gag here that I wrote down. I wrote down a lot of gags this week.
did you hear mine earlier? When you said I was driving and I said Julia Louise Dreyfus?
I did not hear that. Thank you. Say that a third time a few minutes later in the podcast.
Okay.
I got a little gag here. It's a philosophical question, more or less. If there's a guy named The Crop, that's his name, The Crop, and then he goes to a sperm bank and he makes a deposit, and then the nurse puts it in the jar, puts it in the fridge for a little bit, then takes it out and gives it to the doctor and say, "Hey doctor, we got the cream of the crop."
Cool. That's quite a philosophical. Right there.
Any thoughts? Any insights?
Quite philosophical.
Right. Thank you.
That's about the amount of insight that is possible at this moment.
It's about it. Anyone else got any stories? That's about
I
it.
might.
Hey, keep thinking there, Bubkus.
Go ahead.
I got another question for the. Maybe we should. Let's just do it now because I already said. Let's just start off with news. They announced Dark Souls 2. That was a few weeks ago.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
And I'm thinking they did Demon Souls, and then they did Dark Souls. They can't just have Dark Souls 2. They gotta change the name again. So I had a few ideas, and then I'll hear your guys' ideas. But I thought Dirty Souls, Dank Souls, Dreary Souls.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyone else got any souls?
Well,
Dangerous Souls.
Dangerous Souls.
see, I was the formula. You know, you got the D's.
Yeah.
1, 2D. So this is the third one.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like on the cooking channel, Guy Fieri's Triple D.
Oh.
Diners, drive-ins, and
Dives.
dives, and diners, dives, and what is it?
Diners, drive-ins, and
Diners, drive-through, and dive souls.
Yeah, exact. You hit the
That's
nail
right.
right on the head.
Hey, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Game of the year.
Can you link me in Skype to the live stream? Because I don't know how to get to it at all.
It's just livestream.com/FalconFace.
Okay.
Seamus put a few things in the. Let's see what he wrote.
You seem to have. They
What?
lost me in the clouds.
Seamus is saying. Let's see.
How do you spell Falcon Face?
Yeah, that didn't work for me.
FALKON face.
That's not how you spell Falcon.
That's a
That's
gag
not-
spelling.
Oh, you gagged me.
Yeah, that's half of the free smells meal. Is you get a free gag.
Yeah. That's a good good deal. That's like a double deal. Free smells and a free gag for every smell. Let's see what news we got. There's some. I don't know if I guess it's news because it's new to me, but I was listening to a podcast today, and they said that apparently Metal Gear Rising is gonna have VR missions, like Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 did.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That was neat. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna have a couple in there on release, and I think they said for PlayStation only they're gonna release like 30 downloadable VR missions or something.
Ooh. Hayden, go ahead and mute that.
Yeah.
Just listen to that commercial. That was a good one.
That's about the gist of it. What else do I got? Witcher 3, Witcher.
The only way I muted it was I just completely turned down the volume, so I can't hear you at all.
Well, that's what muting. Aren't you on Skype?
I can't hear. We're back.
Well, that's what muting. Yeah.
Hey, on a loop.
I did notice. Thank you. There's a Witcher. They announced Witcher 3.
Yeah, they said they're making one.
Well, yeah.
It's on a horse.
Yeah, they showed a picture and stuff.
They said it's gonna be horse combat. I mean, I don't really care.
You can go. They said it's so big that you're gonna have to go on horses and you're gonna have to go on some boats to get around.
Well, that's weird because the other games were pretty linear.
Yeah, and that's why I got a discussion here.
Yeah.
Because they're doing it open world. Because they said, hey guys, we got a new game engine for open world RPGs. But The Witcher is pretty much a very linear, not that linear, but it's a linear type RPG. So I don't know if that's even gonna work that well. I don't know. They said the map is 20% bigger than Skyrim.
Yikes!
Which I don't know.
I don't know what to expect of this game in any capacity.
I have no idea what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Hey, so did you beat Act 3 in The Witcher 1?
Yeah, I beat it. Act 3.
You going on? Are you on Act 4? Are you going?
I'm going. I'm probably gonna stop tomorrow so I can play
Can't stop.
Rise.
Once you beat 3, you keep going. That's how I did. I said, I don't want to do 2. 3's the worst. And then you beat 3, and then 4 and 5 are just you keep going.
See.
Can't stop me now, Queen.
Thank you. Now, see, that's not the way I'm gonna do it, because I'm gonna stop, because I gotta play Metal Gear Rising or Crisis 3. Mm-hmm. Still haven't decided which one I'm gonna decide when I'm at the store and looking at them.
Yeah. 2 days till Rising comes out. Better hurry up and decide.
Oof.
Ooh, it's getting close.
What else do I get? The Sony said they're gonna announce something on February 20th. Which is basically the PlayStation 4. Because they showed they showed the square and the triangle and stuff, and I think, thanks for that one, Hayden.
Yeah.
Some business people, I don't know, it was like some business analysis group said that it was going to be the PlayStation 4, because they invited so many media people or something, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I've been
that's in 3 days.
Been browsing the internet, places where they talk about video games and stuff. Seems like general consensus is everyone's expecting the PlayStation 4 to be announced on the 20th.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing: everyone thinks it's going to be the PlayStation 4, including me. And so, if it's not, they're in a pickle because they have to invent the PlayStation 4. In the next 3 days.
Hey, Sony, if you're listening, if you haven't started, get on that.
All I gotta do is make a box and put a PS4 on it.
Yeah.
And then say, look at it, it's new. And they don't even have to do anything yet. That's all I'm expecting them to do is there'll be a 30-minute promotional video featuring Tobuscus. And then Sony guy is gonna come out and he says, introducing the new PS4, and then there's just 3 frames of the PS4.
3
and
frames per second.
Yeah, and then all the lights turn off, and then they turn back on after the 3 frames, and he says, "Thanks,
Right.
yeah."
Yeah.
Actually, there'll be 4 frames because it's a PS4.
Oh, right.
Oh, game of the year.
Now introducing Wonder Book 2. Thank you.
I've seen some other news that is about to be announced very soon.
What? Okay, what is it?
Bungie's new game,
Oh, yeah.
Destiny.
I think I saw something that they did announce it or something like that. I don't remember.
Well, no, I think it's Monday is when they're doing it, so
Okay.
tomorrow. I'm not sure. But they said it's first-person shooter,
Yeah,
pretty much all anybody knows.
yeah. So I'm
Shots.
really not that interested because
I
don't know.
have no idea yet. So.
I'll probably still play it, but is Bungie doing a new sci-fi first-person shooter? So it's just just make another Halo. I don't care. Okay.
Hey, why not? Halo 4.
Thank you. They should do that. They should do a Final
yeah.
Fantasy deal. Just do Halo 4 2 by by Bungie. Bungie says, "Hey, 343, I know you're my friend, but fuck you." And then they make Halo 4 2.
No, and then they make Halo 4 2 0, so that is 420, and it's just all projects.
Right.
Game.
I was actually, I was at school, and I have a biomedical ethics class in the art wing. So I was sitting at the art wing waiting for class to start.
Sounds like a museum.
Okay, thanks. And so there was some guys doing music in like the music room or something, I don't know. And then they were done with class, I guess, and they all walked out at exactly 4:20 p.m. And one of the guys looked at his phone, probably because he doesn't have, no one wears watches. He looked at his phone and he just shouted, "Yo, 4:20!" And then everyone was like, "Yeah!" That was pretty good.
It's pretty good over here.
Good job.
Good job.
Great job.
Any other news?
I
Have you, Willie? Quick
Yeah?
question.
You go
Have
ahead.
you been in the science building at school?
I've
They got-
been in Science South.
They got snakes in there.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
is the best. I had a biology class in there last semester, and I just looked at the snakes for half an hour every day. I just stood there and looked at them.
It's a good
It's
class.
the best. It is a good class. We should have a snake watching class.
Metal Gear Solid Snake Watching.
Thank you.
I just wanted to tell you
Confirmed.
that,
Last of the year.
I looked at the man who watched me play Silent Hill 2, AJ Salapuddin,
Right.
and and on Skype it says he's currently listening to "Oh" by
Girls' Generation?
something in Asian.
Yeah.
So he says "Do not disturb." So I don't know what I'm doing.
I think I know what he's doing.
I did have I wanted to put a spotlight on a game.
Go ahead.
Mine.
Is this for games? I have one more thing for news.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I was also listening to a podcast a few days ago, and they said something about there's some rumor that the guy who worked on the combat for God of War 2 is working on a Soul Reaver reboot.
Whoa.
That's a rumor. And I always liked Soul Reaver, but I've tried to go back and play him recently, and the combat is just kind of boring. There's not much to do, so I never really played him. But hey, I hear God of War 2 has got good slapping dudes, so maybe it's gonna be neat.
It's got a
Could
good
be,
slap.
Unless they just
Could be a
make
winning combo.
it could be classic, unless they just make it a God of War clone. In which case it might be good. I don't know.
Hey,
Who knows? Go ahead and spotlight.
Okay.
now I I can't remember the name of it. Just give me like a 7 seconds.
Let me go ahead and guess it.
Yeah.
Give me a clue.
What?
Give me a clue and I'll guess it.
No, I know. The name of it is kind of long. That's why.
7 seconds
Okay.
is it's time.
I got it. All right. I want to put a spotlight on a game which has really just touched the hearts
Okay.
of all of us. Many a man.
Maybe not
And the
me
name
because
of
I'm
the game
old.
is Kevin Costner's Tatanka Hunting Simulator 2013.
There you go.
It is a game that features Kevin Costner eating buffalo hearts. That's about the game.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never played it, but I can already tell it's touched my heart.
Right.
Exactly.
I have a question. Do you think it's gonna make it to your top 10 by the end of this year?
Oof. You know, it really dances with irreverence.
Right.
And here's a quote.
Go ahead.
If you've seen Dances with Wolves,
I have not.
you know. This is a quote. Thank you. You know
Thank
that eating fresh bison hearts makes Kevin a happy Costner. I think that's game of the year so far.
That's really giving Dante's Inferno a run for his money.
Yeah, haven't played it yet. Classic. That's what I gotta say about that.
Actually, you did play Devil May Cry, didn't you?
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
actually.
Okay.
Give you a spiel.
Go. Hey, throw it for a spiel.
So I went up to Family Video to buy Dante's Inferno, and they weren't selling it. So then I just instead got Devil May Cry, which I was like, it's a bit of the same thing.
Which
one?
The new one.
New one.
Oh, okay.
I figured. See, when you watch the first videos of it, like 4 years ago, or whatever. And, you screamed at your computer and said, what the fuck is this shit? Why is he an emo? What happened to Dante? Well, he's not... I guess they toned it down a little bit, because he seems like a pretty neat guy. The first... Here, this will paint a picture for you. Here's a portrait.
Okay.
You start off the game after a night of debauchery.
Ooh.
And you wake up, and then someone's knocking at your door. You're on a trailer on a pier, and you just, hey, what do you want? You open the door. You're completely nude, and a woman answers the door, and she says, what the And then out of nowhere, this giant demon man shoots a grappling hook at your trailer.
Yikes.
You dodge it and go, bleh, and then he pulls it at you. You proceed to, in slow motion, put on your shirt and pants while jumping through your trailer, which is going at the speed of, I don't know, pretty quick.
Pretty quick. At the speed of Jimmy Jones?
You put on your clothes, and then all of a sudden, heavy metal starts to play, and you say, hey, I'll give it a B.
Okay.
That's my review.
Have you played the other Devil May Cry games?
I tried to play, I believe, the second one, the one that starts off with you eating pizza in a fight.
That's the third one.
Is it the third one?
Or
Okay.
The third one starts like that. I haven't played the second one, though. So.
Let's assume it's that one then. I played about 10 minutes. It was extremely difficult, and I couldn't play it anymore.
Shucks.
This new Devil May Cry is pretty easy, though.
Yeah.
I didn't die once from, normal stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I will say the ending. There's an extremely easy solution to beating it. It took me an hour and a half to figure it out. I just kept fighting the last guy. Boss.
Did you beat it?
Yeah, I beat it.
Okay. Let me write that down. Beaten.
Beat it. Hey, beat it with a B. B plus.
Michael Jackson.
Thank
I
you.
still think Dante's Inferno was the best of my favorite fighting. What are those games called?
Hack and slash.
It's my favorite hack and Dante's Inferno is still my favorite hack and slash. Hacks and Dax.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. Let's see. Let's go ahead and have a Dead Space 3 discussion. Me and Hayden both played Dead Space 3.
Yeah.
Oof.
Play History.
What?
Who are you talking to?
I said, Mr. Hercules, did you play Dead Space 3?
No, I have not played Dead Space 3.
Shucks.
Ah, shit, I gotta return it. Dude.
Thank you. Now,
What?
I
What did we say again? Okay.
Dead Space. I started the game, and you start in a prologue thing type deal where you do not play as Isaac Clarke. You're playing as some random dude.
Yeah.
So, which really started me off in a bad mood for the game, because why am I not Isaac Clarke? And then so you're walking in a blizzard where you can see nothing, but luckily your magic line still works. So you just walk. Well, actually, I don't think it does. I don't remember. So you just walk and you find a ship, and the guy on the radio is like, "Hey, that's what you're looking for." Okay, so I go in, and there's just zombies. It's just regular human zombies. And I'm like, what is this? This is dumb. It's not. It's stupid. And then I was upset. And then, I beat that. It was like 5 minutes long. And then you play as Isaac. And I'm like, okay. And it's, you start in the city, like a sci-fi, kind of Blade Runner-esque, not really. Here's in a city. It's kind of neat. And I said, this is neat. And then you start fighting the guys with the guns start shooting at you. The unitologist. And it's like, hey, go into cover. So I hit the button and Isaac just crouches 1 foot. I'm like, that's not even...
Yeah.
He's not covering. And then you start fighting necromorphs and they're just stupid.
Yeah.
Everything, it's just... From my experience, it's just boring to kill guys. Everyone just runs straight at you real swift. And then they're just punching you in your face, and you're like, there's nothing, so I just punch them back. Like, this is not even fun. What am I doing? And there's a new gun crafting system, which is you pick up resources all over the game. So you're walking around and you get like, oh, I got 55 somatic gels. I got 13 tungsten points, and a couple, I got a heavy compact rifle butt. Okay, I don't know what those things are. And you go to a bench, and it's like, hey, you make a new gun. I say, okay, I can make a new gun. All I have is a pistol. I want something good. So every single time I went to a bench, I would start making a gun, and it's like, what basic stock do you want to start with to build your gun up? So I'd pick the regular rifle butts, a real sturdy butt. And it's like, pick your weapon core, the plasma core.
I'll take another butt.
And then put on a few more sturdy butts. And then...
smells.
Free smells. Free sturdy butt smells. Yeah, so then it's like, okay, finish your gun. And there's like 6 options to put stuff on, but I don't have anything. And I'm like, and I'm just looking at it. I'm like, what? I don't know what it is. They don't tell you what the gun is that you have made.
Pretty true.
So every single time, I would pick the base and then put in a core. The cores change, like if it shoots lasers or different kinds of ammo things, basically. But, so every time I would put those 2 things and then just leave, because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what it was. So basically I played the game for 2 or 3 hours with just a pistol. The plasma cutter.
Quick question.
Go ahead.
Dead Space 3. It's got co-op, right?
It does.
This is the first one with co-op?
No. 1 and 2 are not co-op. But 3 does have...
3 is the first one.
Oh yeah,
with
3
co-op.
is the first game to have co-op. Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Well,
didn't get to experience it.
right, because it has an online pass. So if you rent it, you can't play co-op unless you buy an online pass. So I didn't do it.
I got a spiel.
Go ahead, because Hayden has had some different experiences. Go ahead, Hayden.
It seems like every single EA. I'm sure this is not at all a thing, but every EA game I've played the past like 4 years, they always try and make a really cool guy beginning. That's like, whoa. Every time you start the game, you just go, whoa. They started out with Mass Effect 2, where you just get exploded and sent off into space and you're dead.
Oh,
and
man.
that was my favorite one ever.
That was
And
a good
then,
way to start a game.
And then they did it in Dead Space 2 when that guy's face just like explodes on you, and it was real cool. Dead Space 2 opening, pretty cool.
That one. It's pretty cool.
You were like complete. You were in a straitjacket and you had to run throughout. So
you have no weapons and there's a bunch of necromorphs coming at you and you're just in a straitjacket. What do I do?
So
Shucks.
They start off. You're on that ice planet. Dead Planet 3.
Right.
And you're just oh god, I'm so scared. I'm so startled. You're just a scaredy cat.
Right.
And you're around. Hey, you gotta get the box. Okay. Oh no! I have a rifle. I don't know what it is. I just don't know what gun it is. It sucks. And then there's just a bunch of explosions and you're sliding and it's cool. Yeah. And then like it gets. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it goes to the end of that part, and then it's like, hey, guess what? That happened like 300 years ago. And you're like, whoa. Wow. And then they explain what happened in Dead Space 1 and 2 over about like 2 minutes. And it made more sense than actually playing both of the games.
Yeah.
Because I did not know anything about what the hell is going on in those games. It was just like, it's a marker, and it turns, you're a zombie now, it's a marker.
But that was cool, because you're in a world that
they explained it, and it became kind of dumb and 3D.
Yeah.
And I actually beat the game. I did not return it immediately.
Yeah, I should probably say, I rented the game for 5 days, and I just returned it on the 4th one, because I didn't even care. I stopped caring. I
need to return on the 5th day today, otherwise they'll charge me like $20 or something. But what was I? Yeah. So I had a somewhat similar experience when making my first gun. I sat there. I said, I don't know what the hell this is. They tried to explain it to me. Still was utterly confused. And then I just decided to buy random parts and put them together. And I got with a pistol javelin gun. And I made that like immediately as quick as I could. The whole game.
Hayden, you're turning into a robot, so go ahead and stop torrenting 5,000 films.
Okay, here we go. Come on, AJ Salad Pudding, quit listening to Reflection by Hatchet.
Thank you.
Quality.
My good quality here?
Not quite.
Yikes! I'm not doing that.
Is it me?
You sound glad to me.
Okay.
Herc is sounding a little bit scuffy over there.
Yeah, Herc's. Everyone is a robot except me. Shucks.
I think you're. Uh oh. Look at the call quality. Yikes! It's not good.
Thank you. Let's see. What other words do I have? Yeah.
And my parents actually watched me play for some reason the last like hour. My dad just kept saying, "You keep getting hit and you don't die. This is bullcrap."
Yeah, because they all.
And I said, "I agree."
Because everyone just sprints up to you and punches you in the face. That's all they do.
Yeah, I got hit like 1,000 times. My health barely goes down.
Yeah.
And I have 5,000 health things.
That's also another spiel. Is that there's way too much health and ammo.
It's a good comment, man. Feet.
What about feet? Go ahead. Feet.
Wasn't Dead Space 2 the one that had the ad campaign? It was like, hey, don't let your parents watch it. They're gonna think it's the worst ever.
Wasn't that Resident Evil 4?
I don't know.
I thought that was Dead Space. It was like, hey, don't let your mom watch.
I don't know.
I think it was actually. Now that I remember it, and I was just like, "This is stupid." Good qualities.
Thank you. So, but there's so much health and ammo in Dead Space 3 that the first chapter, my entire inventory was completely filled, and I had no space.
Yeah.
And just for reference here, in Dead Space 1 and 2, you start with like a restricted inventory thing. A little bit. You have like 3 rows, and then as you buy better suits, you get more rows. But in 3, you start with all the rows, and in the first chapter, those were all filled with health packs because they gave me so many.
Yeah.
That's just bad designs.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't realize this, but when you pick up ammo, they come in magazines and not bullets. And because every time I pulled up my gun, it would say like, "Oh, you have 250 bullets," and I'm like, "That doesn't what? That's ridiculous. That can't be right." And I would have in my inventory, it would say like 45 for bullets, but I had 45 clips.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
See, that handgun, the javelin thing I had, like, I had my inventory halfway filled with ammo, which, usually would happen.
Yeah.
And that was over 1,400 shots.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Oh.
oof.
Quite a few.
I posted a post on the 4Player podcast forums. I think I might just go ahead and read this. I didn't pull it up yet.
Is that why the call quality is so shitty? You're posting all day?
No, that's on my other computer. Go ahead and speak for a few seconds.
Other computer. It uses different internet.
It does, thank you.
I had Dead Space 3. The ending, I'm not going to talk about it.
Well, then why bring it up?
I will only share my emotion about it.
Okay.
It was okay.
Because Dead Space...
It was probably worse than the second ending.
I kind of liked the second ending a little bit.
See, the first ending was the best because it was just like, oh, it's over. And then out of nowhere, this giant boss comes out. See, there's actually, you definitely didn't get to it. But on the ice planet...
I didn't even get on the ice planet.
There's a confrontation. And you remember the boss at the end of Dead Space 1?
Yeah.
Just that big thing with the tentacles?
Yeah.
That massive thing. Well, that's just like a normal boss in the third game.
Yikes.
He just comes out again. And instead of killing him, well, you kill him, but he actually swallows you, and you have to kill him from the inside.
Yeah.
Which is just an obvious steal from Gears of War 2.
Right, that's a fact.
Seamus can back me on that one. Too bad I don't have the lime stream up. Yikes.
Would you like to hear my official review for Dead Space 3 that I posted on the forums?
Yeah, hey.
Give it a hear.
Okay, here we go. I started a new thread called Hey, what do you think about Dead Space 3? Okay. And here's what I said. Hey, anyone wants to pick it up? What do you think? Is it good? Do you like it? I personally think it's a piece of dog shit. Universal ammo, guys with guns shooting at you, shitty cover system, fucking boring standard zombie people. And in the Dredger lobby, I noticed that half the dead bodies you see, you can't even kick them or throw them around with kinesis. What is that? I'm barely into Chapter 2, and I'm sure things will change by the end, and maybe even some of the big stinky poop that they dropped onto my face might even be justified by the direction the game goes. But my impression from the first chapter is the same impression I got from almost all the footage leading up to this game, which is, did Visceral Games even make this? It feels like some stupid fucking guy in a Halloween costume posing as Visceral Games in the middle of February. Come on. And then chapter 2. Paragraph 2. Oof, let's see. Yeah, okay. That's about it. But in chapter... Thank you, chapter 2. I say, like, in the first chapter of the game is pretty neat with the city and stuff. That's neat. And I think if they just made it a different game, it probably would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, if they just made it an actual third-person shooter with better mechanics, like you can run around better and you just shoot dudes, that's fine. That'd be cool.
So
Here's another little tiny spiel about it.
Okay.
So in the first game, they had a regenerator in it.
Right.
From
And it was
Resident
the
Evil
most
4?
terrifying thing ever.
It's pretty
And
spooky.
After about 5 fights, you finally kill it.
Yeah.
And it's just terrifying the whole time. And second game, they had the regenerator right at the end. Still, like a really good. It was really cool.
Yeah.
You had to run from it the whole time. The very beginning, you're in a tiny room with it, and you have to hack a wall while it's like on the ground with its legs broke off, and it's really difficult. So
Yeah.
that's pretty neat. Third game, this
That's
is what
neat.
they do. You're there's a little mini game where you have to turn the cargo that's in the way before your ship can dock. So you have to combine the cargo into Tetris shapes.
You're right.
So you combine them, they go away. The last one of them is a regenerator in a box. You just see him fidgeting around.
Right.
You put it down, and then you put it in the ship, and then you just hear contamination. Uh-oh. 2 seconds later, it just comes through the ceiling, and you just go, shucks. You run away from it from about 15 minutes, where another regenerator comes. Then you run away from it one last time, and then you never see it again for the rest of the game. Fuck you.
So do you kill it, or do you just run away?
You literally run away from it, that's it.
That's pretty good. The regenerator is a more iconic than the actual final bosses of Dead Space 1 and 2, I think. Like, the final boss of 1 is cool, but the regenerator is the real spooky man. Because you literally cannot kill him. He's invincible. If you shoot him, his legs fall off and he just flops around for a bit, but then his legs they regenerate.
Ooh.
Then he comes back at you. Right back at you.
Right back at you.
So that's pretty good.
For Dead Space 3, how was it in the spooks department?
You know,
Oof.
I will say it was as spooky as Dead Space. Well, it had some spooks, but let's not. You know what? Sorry, let's cut the racism here. It was a little
sorry.
spooky.
Oh, okay.
And that's about it. It was minimally spooky.
I didn't get that far into it, but I didn't really feel any spooks, mostly because I didn't feel like it was very spooky. Mostly because the enemies are just so stupid. They sprint directly at you in a straight line. It's just dumb. That's not spooky.
See, you didn't. There were a couple enemies that you didn't. Well, there was one that was. They generally kept bringing back enemies that were in older games.
Yeah.
Throughout it. And my favorite one that they brought back was remember in the first game there were just those necromorphs that were extremely fast?
Yeah.
They brought back those and they just kind of like twitch everywhere and they're really hard to hit. Those were actually kind of terrifying. Luckily, by that time, my gun had stasis and every time I hit them, they just froze.
Yeah.
So
I only
turned the spookiness factor to absolute 0.
I only got to like chapter 5 out of 20, I think. Aren't there like 20 chapters?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
The ending is too long.
The intro is too
fight
long.
Is dumb, and the story just stops. And I'm just like, okay.
It really, I don't understand. It doesn't feel like the same people made this game at all as Dead
It
Space
was
1
literally
and
just
2.
a love story, basically.
Ooh.
It
Oof.
really was stupid. The whole game, you're just like, "Hey, that's my girlfriend," and you're like, "No, like,
She's
She, like,
not even.
first. And then she's like, "Hey, it's really cold out, so I'm gonna wear this button down exposed halfway down my chest."
Right.
And then you're dying every 4 seconds because you're out. When you crash down on the ice planet, you have your body temperature goes down within, I would say, 2 minutes. You'll die if you're not by fire.
That's
But
kind
they
of neat.
just walk around with their faces uncovered and their boobies.
See, that's kind of cool, but that's the same. They've already done that in the past 2 games, which is you go outside the ship and you have a
Yeah.
limited air supply.
Yeah.
So it's just the same thing.
They did a few things that it was really the beginning. Before you get onto the ice planet was pretty good, but not the very beginning. It was like the middle beginning. That was really good, and I really liked that part. Everything else was not good.
Yeah, I think
Um,
you said that I stopped right before the part that you thought was good or something like that.
Yeah, there's a side mission with this cowboy in space cowboy. And he's just like, "Hey, come and get me, fag."
See, every time I ask you about some really cool parts, the only thing you can come up with is one side quest.
Yeah. Well, that's
Thank
about
you.
it.
Thank you.
It was the best one because at the I don't want to spoil it, but what was I gonna? I would say they made the combat pretty good in the game. The bench customization of whatever is it's pretty well made. Really confusing at first, but it's pretty well made. It's kind of dumb because only like 2 guns are actually good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than
If
that,
you look at the
story is
blueprints,
worse.
if you look at the blueprint thing, there are like 50 guns that you can make, but they're just
Yeah.
all like the same thing, pretty much.
Yeah, there's no like you can just make every gun, so there's no
Yeah.
point like trying to. It's just kind of
Yeah.
dumb when it gets to that point. The coolest thing they did was there's a rotator cuff, for your plasma cutter, so
Right.
it turns.
So you
And you
can,
can put that on your line gun,
yeah.
so the line gun turns.
it's
Now,
a-
that's not the coolest thing they did.
For the viewers who might not have played, the rotator cuff is basically your gun shoots up and down, or you can switch it to shoot left and right, so you can cut off different limbs better.
Yeah.
And the line gun has a real good range. Not range, it's got some width to it, the bullets. It's got some good girth.
Yeah, good girth on that line gun. Isaac, big girth man.
I think that's about it. One final comment is that, like before the demo came out or something like that, and they showed a trailer that had universal ammo, and they're like, no, there's not universal ammo. And then they released the demo, and there was universal ammo. And they're like, no, we just put that in for the demo, so it would be easier to design for that part. There's no universal ammo. And then the game comes out, there's universal ammo. I don't know if they thought they would trick us and we wouldn't notice, but there's universal ammo. So, there you go.
I had a post on Facebook about how I liked Dead Space 3, and I posted that at the time that was really good in the game. And so I'm just commenting on it now and just putting, "Forget it, it sucks."
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's about it for
That's about
Dead
it on
Space
Dead
3.
Space.
That's a good 30-minute
Final score?
conversation. 3. Dead Space 3 out of 10.
I'm giving it a grade as in a school grade. I'm giving it the grade that I got on every English paper. C-.
Right.
C- out of 10.
And I'm pretty sure if I would have kept playing that I would have liked it more. And I could tell while I was playing it that mostly I was purposely making myself not like it because it was stupid at the beginning and the intro was dumb.
Yeah.
But I don't.
I can
don't
pretty
care.
much point out the exact moment that it got good and the exact moment that it got bad. So if you could
Yeah.
just play these moments, if you could play from the point where you go out into actual space and you're flying around space
Yeah.
to different like ships, from there all the way until you crash land on the planet, it's good. Everything else is shit.
Yeah.
It gets worse and worse.
The intro was so stupid. If it wasn't for that intro,
The
I would have
intro was
liked
really
the game. I would have liked the game significantly more if it wasn't for the video clip at the beginning that's previously on Dead Space. It sums up the first two games, and then you play as that guy who you don't know, and you fight zombies.
This is still my opinion on why Dead Space 1 was the best. Isaac, you see his face, and this is all that you ever hear from him.
Right. Thank you.
That's why. It's
Hey,
the
we
best.
got a question.
Right. Seamus has a question. Seamus says, "Was Assassin's Creed a better or worse intro?" Assassin's Creed 3, I assume he means.
See, here's my opinion on that intro.
Thank you.
It was really cool at the very beginning of
Which game are you talking about?
Assassin's Creed 3's
Yeah.
intro was really cool at first. And then it just kept going.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I don't... Can I just play as a Native American man?
Herc, did you play Assassin's Creed 3?
No, I have not.
The intro for Assassin's Creed 3 is literally 6 hours long. You play it. You play as a different person for 6 hours, and then with like two or three different tutorials for that character. Then after 6 hours, you play as Connor, the main character, and you have another 2 or 3 tutorials. So there you go.
That's some bad design.
There's a lot
Thank
of tutorials.
So better or worse than Dead Space 3 intro?
That's a tough one.
That is
because
a good question.
You would say the intro of Assassin's Creed 3 is all the way until you reach adulthood, basically.
Yeah.
That's like 8 hours.
Right. Also, when you start as Connor as a 12-year-old kid, and you have to grow up over time. So there you go. Oof. Next question.
Next question. They're both pretty bad. It's my opinion on both.
I've been playing The Witcher. I played that again. I played that like 8 months ago.
That's exactly what I did at the exact point you were at.
Right. And I stopped. I beat Act 1.
I stopped for half of a year.
There are 5 acts in the game. I beat Act 1, and I got halfway through Act 2, and then I stopped for 8 months. And then I started playing it again a couple weeks ago. I actually started playing The Witcher because Dead Space 3 was so dumb. And in the Dead Space 3 thread that I created, I actually put, hey Visceral Games, thanks for inspiring me to actually play a good game. So I beat Act 2 and 3 of The Witcher.
Yeah. See,
I'm on Act 4 now.
There's actually, there sort of is actually 6 acts.
There's an epilogue at the end.
There's an epilogue. It's like an hour long, though.
Yeah.
But all of the other ones are like 15 hours each.
It's pretty lengthy.
So long to do. So yeah, the first one. The first one is kind of you're just stuck in this little shithole.
Yeah,
And
it's a tiny
it's
village with like 5
like-
buildings.
Yeah, it's okay. The second act is you finally get to the city, and it's pretty cool. Third act, you're still in the city.
You get more of the city. Open
You
up
get
a new
more
district.
of the city, and you go to a swamp too. And the swamp is horrible.
You get the swamp in Act 2, though.
That's when everyone stops playing for half of a year.
Right, that's exactly when I stopped, was when I got to the swamp.
There's a plant. There's literally, the plant in the Legend of Zelda, where it's just the chomper. It's a plant. It's that, except it kills you every time. And
Yeah.
it's impossible. I had to get super drunk to kill it. Not me, the Witcher himself. Because when you're drunk, you're better.
The Witch, what a classic game. If you drink too many potions, you literally get drunk, and the screen, it's extremely difficult to see anything because the screen gets so blurry, and you can barely
10
walk.
Out of 10 on the drunk scale.
10 out of 10 for the integration
Best
of
drunk
alcohol.
Playing of all time.
That is a fact.
And that even beats Grand Theft Auto Vice City, where you were both drunk off of moonshine, I think, or you were just huffing something, and
Harley Davidson.
And your redneck friend blows his arm off, so you have to drive him to the hospital, and it is like the hardest thing I've ever done. The screen keeps shaking uncontrollably, and
Thank you.
You can't see anything. Witcher 10 out of 10.
When does
10 out of 10, it's okay.
doesn't The Witcher 3, does that come out this year or is that next year?
They haven't really said anything about it, so I'm gonna say probably next year.
Because they announced Cyberpunk 2077, which is by the same studio, and they said that was in either 2014 or 15 because they're working on The Witcher 3 to come out first. But
Okay.
Witcher 3 has a 2014 release date.
Okay, that's next year for the viewers at home.
Yeah. But then Act 4, you're on like. Have you even like started in Act 4?
I started. Yeah.
Yeah, you're on like you're like in the countryside, and it's real nice. It's just a nice place.
It's pretty cool.
I will say, really try really hard to pay attention to the Alvin story. That's all I have to say.
Well, I just got him bread. 5 loaves of bread. I gotta go give it back. Because they asked me to buy bread.
Huh? Good.
Exact.
Please excuse me.
So, what, did you have words?
I was gonna say, I think Act 5 is complete. Wait, man. Yeah, I think Act 5 is just chaos. There's no like side questing a lot.
Yikes! How long is it?
Well, there is, but it's basically both factions in the game are killing each other.
Well, no spoils.
Who cares?
Me.
And
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'm interested in knowing what you have done, because in the game you can either choose the side of the Scoia'tael, which is like the elves, or choose the side of the Templars, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, it's like.
What was the first one you said?
Yeah.
Scoia'tael?
The
Scoia'tael, yeah.
You can either choose the Scoia'tael, which is like elves and dwarves, who are trying to do a rebellion deal, or you can do like the knights of the city, like the government people,
and
who are trying to stop the rebellion.
Or, which is what I did, which is the worst decision you can make, you can be neutral. And what happens when you become neutral is, basically at that part of the game where they're all fighting each other, if you're neutral, they all hate you, and they all try to kill you.
See, here's the
if
thing.
you choose the side, they're at least helping you.
I was neutral for the first 2 acts, cause I don't want to be. I'm a witcher. I'm just fighting monsters, just doing my job. It's not none of my business. I'm just minding my own business. But at the end of Act 2, if you remain neutral, the 2 factions get in a fight, and but some guys get killed because they're having a battle, and then the closing cinematic for Act 2, he says, the character literally says, I can't not take sides any longer. So then I took a side because he told me to.
Yeah.
So
I didn't.
So I'm on the Scoia'tael team.
Okay.
Because this is not a spoiler, but not quite, not really. Who cares? The elf guys are doing some business, and the city guard guy is like, "Hey, you gotta help me. You gotta stop him." and you're like, okay, I'll go in and stop him. So I go in and I just talk to him because I'm friends with both guys. Because you're friends with the leaders of both factions, which makes it a tough choice.
That's a tough decision.
So I talk to the guy, and he's like, hey, you want to help me go out here? Basically, he said, there's some monsters blocking the escape. Kill them. I said, okay, I'm a witcher. I'll just kill the monsters. So I killed them. And then later, I was talking to the other guy, and he was like, you son of a bitch, I can't believe you helped them. Whoops. I'm just killing monsters. That's my job.
Doing my job, being a butcher.
So basically, the guys sent me in to stop the whatever those guys were doing, and I ended up helping them on accident.
Whoops. So you're on Act 3 now?
I'm on Act 4 out of 5.
Act 4. How many hours have you put in?
I don't know if it tracks it. I haven't looked. I don't know. I got no idea. But there's hours aplenty.
You say quite a few?
Quite a few. Witcher 3 comes out in 2014.
That's what the internet said.
I got like a year and a half, 2 years to beat this second game. Hey, who cares?
Yeah, you got time.
Well, either way, The Witcher 1 came out 5 years ago, and I'm just now getting towards beating it, so I got plenty of time.
Are you playing 1 and 2 at the same time?
No, I'm just playing 1, but I mean,
okay.
I gotta beat 2 so then I can play 3.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you've been playing. Herc has been playing the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance demo. Is that true?
Is that right?
Is that right?
Is there a
It's a
kid in
pretty
there
good
that
demo.
you can't kill?
I didn't see any kittens.
Nah,
There are some
shucks.
watermelons you can kill.
I think
Is
the
that
kitten is the final boss.
No spoils.
Because
Yeah.
you try and kill it with your slicing, and it just dodges every single one.
Yeah.
Because it's a cat.
Then you figure out how to block, and then it gets pretty easy.
Well, see, here's the secret to it. Everyone kept trying to kill a cat, and they just gave up. But a cat's got 9 lives. You got to do it 10 times.
There you go.
They didn't figure it out. They stopped at 8. They're like, I guess I can't do it.
A bunch of dungos.
There you go.
That's a Button Munchers inside tip. Kill it 10
Button
times.
Munchers exclusive.
You heard it
You're
here
first.
first.
Folks.
I hope Hideo doesn't get upset. We spoiled the final gag of the spiel.
Hey, it doesn't matter. They're free gags.
Free spiels, free gags. So, how's the? Do you play a lot of hack and slash games?
I am a big fan of hack and slash games.
Is
I
that
wouldn't say
right?
I play a lot, but I played Bayonetta,
Wow.
which is
That's a game.
Platinum Game, who's developing Rising.
Right. Hey,
And,
that's a fact.
Played some Devil May Cry. That's a good one. I like those games.
Which
Not the new
one?
yet. I played 3 and 4. I haven't
Okay.
played the new one.
Yeah.
I played some God of War. It's okay. 10
So,
out of 10,
yeah.
it's okay.
so how do
So,
you?
yeah,
How do you think the combat stands up in Mr. Revengeance?
I'd say Revengeance is. It's actually a pretty unique combat style compared to other hack and slash. The whole cut anything, I don't know, crazy idea that the whole game's based on is actually pretty fun because you really can just sort of cut anything down. Like, oh hey, there's a bridge. I wonder if I can cut it. Oh hey, I just cut down a bridge.
It is. Oh, hey, there's a cat. I guess. Shucks. Man.
No cutting cats.
No cuts
That's
left
what they
behind.
PETA had a field day when they first released the
Hideo sent it. Hideo had the copy ready, and he sent it through to PETA before publishing the demo.
as
And
every game has
Right.
to.
Right, and PETA said, "There's a wishy-washy on that cat." So Hideo had to take it out. Let's see what else we got here.
word. You heard
Word
it here
for
first.
word, you heard it here first. Pete himself. Peter. So that game comes out in 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I was listening to a podcast once again, and they were talking about Rising and the other Metal Gear Solid games, and one of the guys said, "Hey, wouldn't that be cool if in Rising you could do a no-kill run like you can do in all the Metal Gear Solid games?" And then the other person looked at him and said, "What would be the fucking point?"
You can, though, I think, because they released a little video that shows all the weapons, well, not all the weapons, but a bunch of weapons available, and it's like, hey, here's a stun sword.
Well, there you go.
Stun guys with it.
I forgot that Hideo does have swords that if you cut people in half, they just get stunned instead of killed.
Yeah.
That is a fact. That's in Metal Gear Solid 2. What else we got? So did you like it? Is it fun? Did you like it?
Yeah, it's I played it, and as soon as I beat it, I started up right again. I said, hey, that was fun. I gotta play it a second time right away.
Dang.
To quote Hayden from several podcasts ago, I played it, I beat it, I played it, I watched it. There, you heard it here first.
There you go.
What was that? I don't remember that at all.
I have no idea. You... Yeah,
Thank you. I
So,
will never know what that means.
the world will never know.
I'm a little wishy-washy on my memory there.
Thank you. Now Hayden, hey, a little PETA birdie tells me you've been playing Aliens Colonial Marines.
Hey, thanks, PETA.
I think PETA was a little wishy-washy on that info. I did not play Aliens Colonial Marines.
Is that right?
But I don't think anyone really truly has, because it's just a pile of shit, is what I've been told.
That's actually a fact. I was I haven't played it either, but I played Dead Space 3 and I was a little bit disappointed, and I returned it before it was due, and I said, oof, I don't know. And Aliens Colonial Marines came out the week after that, and I said, oof. So I was going to wait to see the response before I rented Aliens Colonial Marines, because I didn't feel like playing another stupid game. So I waited, and the response was a resounding response that the game is absolute shit. Go ahead, Herc.
Is that a first-person shooter? Or
Yeah.
Is that a...
Yeah.
It almost sounds like it could be an RTS.
It'd probably be better if it was.
There actually was an RTS Alien vs. Predator game, and that was my favorite Alien vs. Predator game.
Halo Wars?
Is that right?
Yeah, it was on Xbox, and I probably PS2 also, but I played on original Xbox. And it was really good. It added all of these cool units, and I always played as the aliens. They had this one unit. It's just a giant guy, bigger than the Queen, who just had scythe arms, and he'd just decapitate everything.
Yikes.
That's all. He just walked around and decapitated.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah.
What else do I
See,
got here?
when you do that though, you can't face hug them because they don't have a face.
Oh.
Ooh, shucks.
Does that work on cats? Can you decapitate cats?
You can actually, I believe you can decapitate cows.
Oh, hey.
I do not know about cats. I'll look into it. I'll make sure I ask Jeeves.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeeves.
Hey, I'm here to party.
I got a relevant video in the chat there. If you wanna
Chit chat.
thank you.
Take a look-see.
Is it a decapitation of a cat?
Yeah,
very similar.
that's how to decapitate a cat.
Oh,
There
is it
you go.
how to deactivate a cat?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. What else do we got?
I completely guessed it.
Thank you. Well, I guessed it too. That's why I put it up. Now, I did hear that Dead Space 3 shipped with no manual.
Ooh.
So that's becoming a trend now. Modern Warfare 3 had no manual. Well, it had a 2-page manual with just the warranties and health warnings. Resident Evil 6 had none of that. On the Xbox, it had literally nothing. Just printed the warnings on the back of the cover art, so you could see it through the box. The PS3 version did have a 2-page thing. Dead Space 3, I think it might just have a 2-page thing. I don't know.
Hey, perfect.
And I think I heard that Fire Emblem Awakening just has like a piece of computer paper folded in half or something. I don't know.
Is there
I'm
anything
told that,
printed on it?
hopefully.
I saw a picture that had it said the game companies have gotten really lazy, and it had the game like opened up, and on the inside of the cover it had a picture of the controller and all of the buttons, and that was it.
Yeah. What game was this?
I don't remember at all. So it was it was a really new game though. So
Cream of the crop. That's a good gag. Creme brulee. Oof.
Is the gist?
That's about the gist. I got a couple stories left. I actually signed up for an IMDb account.
Hey.
The other day so I could get the news and stuff. And I signed up so I could get more specific news or something. I don't know. If you just click some buttons. I don't know. Hey, who knows?
Yeah.
But so I was making an account, and whenever you make accounts, they have the little box with a word in it that's written funny, and you have to write it out to prove you're not a computer or whatever.
Yeah.
So on IMDb, my word was Franco Nero, which is the actor, a spaghetti western actor in the original Django. He's done other spaghetti westerns as well. That was funny. That made me giggle. So apparently IMDb just does names of people.
They got their little gags.
They got some gags. I giggled. Successful smells.
Giggle out of 10.
Thank you. And I got another philosophical question.
Hey.
Well, Herc, did you play anything else? Did I skip you, or did you just play that demo?
No, I haven't really played much this week.
Okay. Hayden, did you play anything? Or is that the gist?
I can't. Did I play anything on the computer? Did I? I'm asking you.
I haven't seen anything except for Skyrim.
That's my brother.
Yeah.
He just keeps downloading more mods. I think he's addicted to mods.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go.
I told him the only mod you'll ever need is Bastila Got Back, and he didn't believe me.
He didn't believe. What a doubting Thomas.
It got Game of the Year. How would he not believe it?
Exact. What a doubting Thomas. Now here's my question. Let's see. Let me read the question first, so I know what it is before I say it.
That's a good strategy.
Thank you. So here's the question. 20 years from now, what's gonna happen when on Xbox Live Arcade, XBLA or whatever, and PSN, what's gonna happen when they run out of space for DLC and all these classic games and stuff? Are they just gonna delete everything to put up new DLC? What are they gonna do? Because they keep adding stuff.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll have to take DLC down.
Servers will reach a maximum point.
Right, so in 5 years you just won't be able to buy DLC for games that came out a while ago. Like, that's such that's such a stupidity. That's why all this online stuff I think is stupid, because all these multiplayer games, after a few years you can't play them anymore because there aren't any servers. And they're going to have to take down all this DLC for these old games. And then you just don't have it. You just can't play it.
Game developers, if you're listening, why didn't you think that through?
Yeah,
Button Munchers
step it up.
podcast is number 2 most influential video games who is not a developer.
We ask the tough questions around here.
That was a tough one. The other tough one was the name of the Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
Did we come to a...
I believe
What was
it was
diners,
Drive.
drives, dive-ins, and shucks. What was it?
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
There we go. Diners, drive-ins, and dives, Souls.
I'd play it.
Starring Guy Fieri.
Thank you. I got another question.
So, let's get a box.
Let's hear it.
This is probably one of the last questions, but here's the question.
Bought the McNuggets.
Thank you.
Nuggets? Oh, yeah, 40 of them. What is this? We ate 40 McNuggets. Oh, you feel like last. Yeah, it was like $10.
Hey, I got 40 nuggets last night, too. That's a true story, actually.
Thank you. Seamus in the chat says, I'm about to go get 40 McNuggets. This is about the end of it, but here's my question. Who is the asshole who's just sitting there and keeps inventing these abbreviations? Like LOL, IDK, but hey, TTYL. Who is
here's
there?
my answer.
There's got to be one man sitting in his chair who comes up with these every day.
Gotta be.
I have
gotta
an
be.
answer for this.
Go ahead.
IDK, my BFF Jill.
Hey, I'm gonna go give her a piece of my mind.
You were always
got
on my mind.
A piece of my heart. Thank you.
my dad said today, he says, "Hey, Hayden, you ever listen to the Beatles?" And I said, "Yeah, I did." And he goes, "What's your favorite one?" I go, "Ooh." And I try to think of one that is a really dumb or just a weird song. So I said Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And he goes, "Oh, that was Sgt. Best when they did the LSD." And I said, "Hey, looks like they got some good D from that." And then he just kept driving.
Thank you.
Story time with Dax.
I have another story, but I don't remember how it goes.
Hey, story of the year. Is that a band?
I don't know.
Maybe?
I think that's a
the
band.
year.
Story of the year.
Okay.
Let me look it up.
I don't know
Story
about
of
that.
the year is oh god. Story of the year is an American rock band formed in St. Louis, Missouri in 2000.
There you go.
Here we go.
Any closing
with
comments?
such great hits as "Until the Day I Die."
Until
And
the
that's
story
it.
of the day I dax. Thank you.
I must feed on 40 McNuggets.
There we go. Good gags, volume 8. Free smells, free gags.
Diners, drive-ins, and dive-dins.
Souls.
Salt. I have to make. I need someone to Photoshop this photo. I'm gonna be so pissed when one of our viewers does it, and I don't get the glory.
Right.
Glory starring
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick and Morgan Freeman.
Thank you. Is Morgan Freeman in that movie?
I watched it in 5th grade. We had to have our parents sign a piece of paper to let us watch it because it was like rated PG something. It was bad. And they
There's
put some
only one rating, which is PG something.
and
PG something.
and
Okay.
and my teacher said, "Don't worry, I'm gonna fast. I'm gonna mute the parts where they say the curse words. Don't worry." And she completely forgot, and it goes to a part. The guy just goes, "What? Were you shitting me?" or something like that, and she just screams, "No!" That's
Thank you. That's the gist.
I gotta go get a dinner box with my brother.
Okay. McNuggets or what?
No, from Pizza Hut.
Oh, what is a dinner box? What does that mean?
It's like a medium pizza with cinnamon sticks and breadsticks for $10.
Oh.
It's just the perfect meal.
Deals for meals on wheels.
Free meals. HD meals.
HD Meals. Go ahead and watch HD Meals. YouTube. It's got awards, best vid in Canada.
Is it?
Maybe.
Okay.
Is that right?
It may be. You never know. I'm not a resident of Canada, so I'm not aware of these awards. It may have won.
Hey, thanks. Hey,
Any
that's
cool? I think that's about it. Should we end it on the classic ending of the Obama chant?
That's a class. Unless
here's a
somehow
quote.
we.
What?
I was gonna say a quote from Barack Obama.
Is that for the closing comment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly because I accidentally just called Pizza Hut. But anyway, here's the quote.
Let's hear it.
Barack Obama. The only thing we have to fear is 4 more beers. Thank you.
This has been the Button Munchers podcast. Thanks for... Hey, who gives a shit? Thanks for whatever.
Thanks for the
Hey,
shits.
thanks.